Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the hidden truths in business filings, and today we're diving into RGC Resources' latest report. It looks like they're serving up their third quarter results, and let's just say there might be a few surprises tucked away in the numbers, so stick around to see what's really going on. Before we jump too deep, if you love getting these straight up business insights, make sure you're subscribed. Also, we've got a fantastic community over on Discord with the link right there in the description. So RGC Resources has put out their report for the third quarter ending on June 30th. This is basically their way of telling us how they've been doing financially, their performance and their overall financial health. It's like getting a checkup for the company. Now, what's particularly interesting about this filing is how it's structured. It's a Form 8K, which is a current report used to announce major events that shareholders should know about, like earnings. And in this case, they've attached their earnings press release, which is where the juicy financial details usually hide. They've got their common stock trading on the NASDAQ Global Market under the symbol RGCO. This is important because it tells us they're a public company, which means they have to be transparent and report their financial activities to the government and to us, the public. The report itself is from RGC Resources Inc. and it's dated August 11th, 2025. They're incorporated in Virginia, and this filing is coming out on the same day they announce their quarterly results. This is pretty standard procedure for public companies. The main event here, the core of what we're looking at, is item 2.02. Results of operations and financial condition. This is where companies disclose important information about how they've been performing financially. They attach a press release, and that's exactly what RGC Resources has done here. And then we get to item 9.01, which is all about the financial statements and exhibits. This is where they list all the supporting documents. The most crucial one for us is the press release itself, marked as Exhibit 99.1. This is the actual source of their third quarter earnings information. Now let's get to the numbers. What does this press release tell us about RGC Resources' performance? Unfortunately, this 8K filing doesn't contain the actual financial tables within it. It just points to the press release. So to get the real nitty-gritty, we'd need to see that Exhibit 99 point, however. Based on the structure, it's highly likely they're reporting their earnings for the quarter ending June 30th, 2025. Typically, earnings reports will detail things like revenue, net income, earnings per share, and often break down these numbers by segment if the company operates in multiple areas. Let's imagine for a moment what we might find in that press release and how we'd interpret it using a Warren Buffett style approach. We'd be looking for consistency, profitability, and of course, value. For instance, if revenue up significantly, say a 20% increase compared to the same quarter last year, we'd want to understand why. Is it because they're selling more products, or are they simply charging more? If their profit margins are widening, that's a great sign, suggesting they're efficiently managing their costs or have strong pricing power. On the other hand, if revenue is flat or declining, we dig deeper to see if it's a market-wide issue or something specific to RGC. A drop in profit margins are widening, that's a great sign, suggesting they're efficiently managing their costs or have strong pricing power. On the other hand, if revenue is flat or declining, we dig deeper to see if it's a market-wide issue or something specific to RGC. A drop in profit margins, even with rising revenue, could signal rising costs or have strong pricing power. On the other hand, if revenue is flat or declining, we dig deeper to see if it's a market-wide issue or something specific to RGC. A drop in profit margins, even with rising revenue, we'd also be keen on their free cash flow. This is the money a company generates after accounting for the cash it needs to maintain or expand its asset base. Strong free cash flow is like a company's lifeblood, allowing it to pay down debt, issue dividends, or reinvest in the business. If their free cash flow is weakening, it might mean they're struggling to convert their reported profits into actual cash, which is a red flag. Consider the possibility of a significant increase in debt. While debt can be a tool for growth, excessive debt makes a company more vulnerable, especially in a rising interest rate environment. We'd be looking for any mention of new loans or increased borrowing and comparing their debt to equity ratio to industry peers. A company that's taking on a lot of debt to fund operations could be on shaky ground. We'd also pay close attention to any forward-looking statements. Companies often provide guidance on their expectations for future performance. Are they optimistic, predicting strong growth, or are they more cautious, signaling potential headwinds? This guidance can be a valuable clue to management's confidence in the business. Looking at the bare bones of this filing, we see the date is August 11, 2025, and the report covers the third quarter. The key takeaway is that RGC Resources is reporting its financial results, and this Form 8K is the official notification that those results have been released to the public, typically through the attached press release. It's an important regulatory step that keeps investors informed. So what's my take on this filing? Well, with only the announcement that the results are out, it's hard to give a deep dive into the financials themselves. This 8K acts more as a signpost, directing us to the actual earnings report. The real story, the numbers that tell us if RGC Resources is a strong investment, will be in that Exhibit 99.1 press release. We need to see those revenue figures, profit margins, and cash flow statements to truly assess their performance and future prospects. That's our quick decode of this RGC Resources filing. What do you think of this kind of announcement? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this useful, a thumbs up is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights into the world of corporate finance. And hey, join our Discord community linked in the description for even more engaging discussion. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.